Yeah.
Nachis are great.
Yeah.
Nachis are great for like if you want a like a purely evil antagonist that's really smart and like super cool with science shit.
Yep. Nazis are your perfect scapegoat.
Yeah, for the occult shit, for the science shit, like Nazis are perfect if you want that.
So what you're saying are Nazis are perfect.
Don't take this out of context. I'm looking at you.
It's Otaku time!
Yay.
What's going on, friends? Welcome back to Otaku Time, the show where we talk about anime, manga, and all things otaku. I'm your host, Dom, and we have our two normies, Strolly
Hi.
and Marley.
What's going on, guys?
Today, we're talking about Hellsing Ultimate.
Yay! Woo! Ow! Ow!
It was very gory.
Very good.
graphic-y. Yeah, I liked it.
I like the gore.
Yeah, probably the most goriest thing since Berserk that we've watched.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I would say so. Yeah.
Yeah, hands down. And actually, I don't know which one was gorier. Was Berserk gorier?
I think overall Hellsing was gorier
Yeah.
because like every episode was like.
Like the amount of blood per episode, I'd say Hellsing.
But I guess Berserk definitely like takes the hit for like that last like what 1 or 2 episodes or no they
Even
were,
then,
movies?
like
Movies.
they went into like a micro universe of blood when it was like the entire city of London was blood.
Yeah.
So it's a little. I'll give it to Hellsing.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, all in all, fantastic. Really
Yeah.
liked it.
Yeah. Turns out I never actually watched that one before. I watched the original Hellsing anime.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I would, like it was. I think it was like episode 3 when they really diverged, and I was like, "Oh, this is new." I'm an idiot.
Now, did they like coincide with each other? Were they like the same stories, or
So
were they
there was, like,
completely different?
From what I remember, there were slight differences in the beginning.
Mm.
Like, I think it was like episode 2 for Hellsing Ultimate, where there was like, was it when they went to Cheddar or right before that? There was like a guy in a beanie that was like that Alucard ended up killing. In Hellsing, they were actual characters, like him and the woman, like they were like crazy kids that were like riding a motorcycle and shit and like fucking shit up with their gun or whatever, and then like they were like, oh, there's these kids are out there like killing people, these vampires, he had to go get them.
Yeah, the two. Was it a guy and a girl?
Yeah, remember the
Okay.
first shot that Saris took with the sniper rifle when Alucard was like,
Yes.
stop looking with your people
Mhm.
eyes.
Oh, right. Yeah.
That woman
yeah.
was like that dude's girlfriend, but they were more characters in Hellsing than they were in Hellsing Ultimate. They were
Right.
just like
Okay.
got a vampire guy number 1 and vampire guy number 2 in Hellsing Ultimate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like there were slight differences that I could remember.
Right.
They diverged pretty early, and especially because the episodes are like way longer for Hellsing Ultimate. They were I think the like Hellsing, the original anime, they were like half-hour episodes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they're regular episodes.
Yeah, and in
These
Hellsing
OVA
Ultimate,
episodes are like an hour long.
exactly. So there were definitely some differences from there. And I remember I looked it up too. Apparently the original Hellsing anime was created during the manga, so there was no ending to it at that time.
Yeah.
So like the ending from the
So-
original anime was original.
Yeah, they had to make their own stuff up, where Hellsing Ultimate follows the manga more faithfully.
Oh, okay. Okay. Cool.
It's kind of like a Full Metal Alchemist type thing, where the original one was being made while the manga was still being produced.
Mhm.
So they had to diverge at a point and come up with their own stuff.
Yeah.
And then Brotherhood came out and followed the manga.
So like, are they both typically pretty well revered? Like, I don't know how, like, because obviously with like the Full Metal Alchemist anime, like you said, I think what is it, Brotherhood? That's like
Yeah.
follows closely to the anime, and I think Brotherhood is typically more
Yeah.
well liked than
Yeah. Brotherhood is, according to my anime list, is the best anime of all time. Yeah, it's the highest ranked anime ever.
Nice.
But yeah, I think generally Ultimate is viewed as the more better version of Hellsing.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right. Yeah. Okay.
That's how I felt watching it. And like you could probably run through the original Hellsing anime eventually. I know you haven't watched it.
Mm-mm.
But I did enjoy Ultimate more than I like enjoy the original anime. Definitely a step up as far as animation and production value.
Yeah.
Like I remember finishing the original anime and being like, all right, that was an anime. Like I wasn't like too impressed with anything really,
Yeah.
but like watching Ultimate, I actually I can say I thoroughly enjoyed it. You know, like the animation was really good. I enjoyed the characters more. I felt like they were more well developed, at least in my opinion. Probably has to do with the longer episodes too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get a lot more screen time,
Right.
like per situation. Even it's no longer like, bless you. I feel like when regular anime, like most of the situations that happen are usually quick because you're trying to get to the next one before the next episode.
Yeah.
Because you're only limited on amount of time. Where at least when you have like a 45 to 50 minute range, you can kind of elaborate more on a certain scene or a certain area or something like that. So you get a little bit more information than what we're used to.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would say I did like Ultimate more than the original anime.
Yeah. I was very like, I don't understand what happened. Like, not in like it wasn't clear or that like the ending was confusing. It's just like I don't understand why any of that shit happened. Like, why were there Nazi vampires?
So
like I mean, I know why, obviously, like it does explain that, but like my brain was just like, why the fuck is this even a thing right now?
Were there like important bits of the story cut out from Ultimate, like between Ultimate and the manga? Because like it obviously said it follows more closely to the manga. But do you know if there, because like there was at towards the very end, like the whole reference of Mina, I was like, where did this come from?
I mean, Alucard is supposed to be like the real life Vlad the Impaler and also Bram Stoker's Dracula at the same time. Mm-hmm. So that kind of
there was a
follows both lores in that sense.
Yeah, like I felt like there were a lot of references to that. But they like that like the whole like the Mina skeleton thing, like I felt like that was just kind of thrown in at the end. And I was like, well, where was this? Like I feel like there's like almost like a whole mythology there that wasn't.
He's also supposed to be like Dracula as well,
right?
So,
yeah,
like
that's
Vlad Tepes, the actual historical person, and also Dracula, the Bram Stoker story version of him.
Right.
So all those events that happened to both of them also happened to Alucard.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Yeah. So that's where it's like it would obviously help if you knew more about. Not speaking to you, but like, cause I'm gonna be honest, I barely know shit about actual Dracula story or whatever.
Yeah,
my sister's gonna hate me.
You guys are just going on this shit, and I'm just like,
I like anime.
Yeah, that's not helping anything.
Yeah,
no, it does make sense.
And that's kind of like some of the shit that I actually like, really liked about it. Like when they would go through his backstory and like bring actual like almost that clear like real life inspiration into this character that's obviously based on both like real life and stories in real life, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That I enjoyed it a lot.
No, it was just so like jarring to me because I guess everything else, like the story, the premise, the universe and everything, I like could get behind and just be like, yeah, okay, cool, I'm with it. You know what I mean? Like Shadow's House, it was like, okay, like why does this exist? I don't know, but I'm with it. But this one, it just like it almost felt too real and then too far-fetched at the same time to where like my brain was just like, I don't get this. But I mean, I loved it. Like my eyes were enjoying every second, but it like my brain was just going through a conflict of like, why is this a thing right now?
Yeah.
But I did really like I really liked all the stories, the backstories between everyone and betwixt. Also, like the SR-71 Blackbird popped in, and I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be lit!"
Oh, there's that real life thing.
Yeah, I know that thing.
Look at that plane.
Yeah. Well, like the scene right before he's like actually flying in it. They're like, "Oh, we got something that can fly that fast," and I was like, "I hope it's the SR-71. I hope it's that. I hope it's that." And then he comes and flies it, and I'm like, "Yes, let's go!"
Fucking airplane nerd,
dude. I was so hyped.
That actually reminded me a lot of what was it, Fate Zero? When they when they had that weird
Gilgamesh.
Yeah, they had that weird like aircraft battle.
Yeah,
like that reminded me a lot of it. Like, did this man just become the fucking jet?
He flew the jet into the aircraft.
Yeah, they blew the shit out of it, and he was like, "No, I have vampire powers, dog." And he was like, just absorbs it. And I was like, "All right, I'll let it happen."
Yeah,
like I was enjoying it too much up to that point to be like, "This is weird."
Yeah, and I even liked Schrodinger and how he was obviously Schrodinger's cat. And how
his name was Schrodinger and he was a cat.
Yeah, and he also played like a significant like they followed the lore to all of the actual historical things that like may or may not have happened or whatever, like Schrodinger and then Dracula and Vlad the Impaler, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like those kind of things, like they felt true to them. I thought it was really neat. And like the SR-71 was like a Cold War era airplane, and like I'm pretty sure that took place in the 90s, right?
What was the time era for that? Because they had
They said 50
I feel
years
like they had
after the
phones.
Nazis.
Like, did somebody have a cell phone at some point? I feel like that was a thing there.
Might have been like a walkie-talkie, if
I feel
anything.
like it was a flip phone somewhere in there. I can't remember though.
Yeah.
I
But-
don't know.
50 years after World War II is 95. So,
Makes sense.
yeah. So that's what I was like going off of, and I was like, nah, 90s. SR-71 is still kind of like a thing at that. I just thought it was like really neat how how it felt very realistic,
Yeah.
just with a very fantasy plot base, which was cool.
Mhm.
I liked it.
I enjoyed when they would break up the bits. Like they would have like the actual like, oh, this is actually an anime.
Yeah,
You know?
like all the stuff with Saris.
Sarah's, yeah, exactly. How
Yeah.
she was like the
Her
lot of the
face
comic
move,
relief. Yeah,
Little chibi bits.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I actually enjoyed those. It was tonally the show was a little weird to me. Just because there would be those bits happening, like when somebody literally just like fucking exploded,
Yeah.
and there's like blood fucking everywhere, and meanwhile she's just going off in her like anime crying face and shit. But then there were other times where it's like it was like where Alucard is literally like blowing people up with his fucking pistols and tearing them to pieces and shit, and it's just like some like Pier 1 Imports jazz playing. Like the soundtrack was so like offset from what I was watching. I was like, this is weird.
Yeah.
Like people are exploding and it's literally like boom 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 boom, like just going off. I'm just like, all right, I'm with it.
Yeah, I get what you mean. It definitely had some bizarre, like it felt like it wanted to do it wanted to cut the tension with some comedy.
Yeah,
But like it just happened, and it like they tried to force it a little bit too much.
Like it wouldn't be as dark as it could have been.
Right.
You know?
Exactly.
Like if they just changed like a little bit of the soundtrack that was happening during these scenes, it would be like, oh, these people are getting torn the fuck apart and screaming like for their lives. Like this is fucked up.
yeah.
Instead, just being like, oh, that Alucard. You know? Like,
Nosferatu.
yeah, like it was like weird moments like that where I was just like, oh, this is the tone's a little off. And then like post something like that happening, it would be like Saris and like the, I forget the mercenary dude going like just like arguing back and forth. It's just like, oh, that's cute, and people are just shooting, limbs are flying off and shit.
Yeah.
Jazz is playing. It's just like, what is the tone here? Like, what am I supposed to feel while watching this right now?
Yeah.
Like, I'm enjoying it, but it's like it's just like all over the place.
Yeah, it felt weird a little bit at some points.
Yeah.
But it wasn't enough to really take away from it.
No, not at all. Like
just
again,
like enough for me to be like, really?
yeah,
All right,
like,
fine.
this is weird.
Yeah.
Like I'm having a good time, but this is weird.
Yeah. I felt like the ending was, I don't want to say it was rushed, but like the whole like climax, like the like towards the end of the rising action and the climax with the Nazi guy, and like how everything happened there, it just was like, it felt so, maybe not rushed, but it just felt so strange on how like he was like this build up, this like super evil character, and he has this super powerful army, and then like the Vatican steps in and starts like, they sent their crusaders and stuff, and then all of the Hellsing family was there. Well, the three of them, they were there, and they were like, he was like, finally it's time, and like all of his people were dying, everyone basically died, and he was like, perfect. And then like all of it just to have Schrodinger kill himself and for Alucard to absorb him was like the whole grand scheme of plans. And I was like, I feel like this could have happened 6 episodes ago.
Yeah.
Like I don't think it should have been that difficult to, I mean, I guess I know why, but at the same time it was just like, and then like he just died.
Yeah.
Like the next episode, I'm like, I'm so confused on, he seemed like this huge antagonist to just be eliminated almost easily.
He ate some bad food.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, like I see what you're saying. Like there were definitely some leaps taken, or like I was required to take some leaps to continue accepting what I was watching towards the end.
Yeah.
Not that like they were like I had to take the leaps earlier either, but like it definitely, I feel like it got just really big towards the end with them literally killing off the population of London.
Yeah.
And then like the fucking Vatican army popping up. It was kind of like, all right. I thought it was gonna be like just the organization, like just a couple like badass Vatican dudes, you know, not an entire fucking army popping up.
Yeah.
Like that shit would happen, and I'm just like, that's a little
Yeah. And then
You're stretching
Anderson,
it a little bit.
yeah, and then Anderson became immortal, and Alucard was just like, yeah, I'm gonna just kill you then.
Yeah.
Like instantaneously.
Which that kind of shit though, like I did kind of like, just because of how it again developed Alucard's character a little more.
Yeah.
Like I actually really enjoyed that like little section there, like all the play between Anderson and Alucard, and Alucard was literally, "Don't become me.
Yeah.
Stop."
Oh, I love that
Yeah,
part
like
too. That
shit
was super cool.
that was
Save
great.
your
Yeah.
humanity.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like, don't
exactly,
become
yeah.
a monster like me.
yeah.
Don't do it. Like, it's not worth it. I don't want to be this.
Right. It was just the fact that like, okay, now it happens now. Like you could have done this like 7 episodes ago.
Yeah.
That was really the only thing, but that scene was tight as fuck.
Yeah, I loved.
Like that whole. Actually, I think it was the end of the one episode and the beginning of the other one where that happened. But that was tight as
I
fuck.
fucking love that shit, dude.
Yeah.
Like, that was great.
Kills him and then he starts crying.
Yeah. He was like, "Monsters don't cry, humans cry."
Yep.
And Alucard was like, "Oh yeah, you're right."
Good point. Whoop.
Yeah, exactly. Just sucks him back up.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there was a lot of shit that I just really enjoyed watching. Like it
Mhm.
was like all the action was really good. Like I love the fights between him and the other vampires. Like Rip Van Winkle wasn't exactly a fight, but like him and the card guy was cool.
Yeah.
Like how he split the dude's fucking like arm in half. Like it goes into like how brutal and gory this fucking show was, which is
Right.
something I super enjoyed about it.
Yeah.
Just because again, like you said, we haven't really watched a lot of like super brutal, gory shit since Berserk.
Since Berserk, yeah.
Yeah.
And then, so going on that, I want to talk about how I think my big, how I felt so negatively about Berserk's animation has got to do with the fact that it was just 3D animated. They 3D animated like all of the characters, and I think that's what took me back from it. Like especially because it was like, was that like our 3rd anime that we watched or whatever?
It was early on.
So now that we have like a half decent amount under our belt, it's like, oh,
seen different
okay,
styles.
I understand why it looked that way. Because like there was a couple scenes where in Hellsing Ultimate where I was like it had the same vibe, the same feel. Like I almost felt like I was watching Berserk for a second, and like I noticed like the 3D animation. I was like, oh, maybe this is what it was, and it was so jarring to me because I wasn't ready to see that.
It absolutely stands out.
Yeah,
like it's not about it looking good or bad. It just looks like it doesn't belong.
So I just wanted to clarify that and kind of be like, my bad, Berserk.
Yeah,
I may have judged you a little too early, but I still stand by it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I didn't judge it early. I still judge it early. Body movements were weird.
Yeah.
The whole I enjoyed the whole Nazi vampire thing.
Yeah.
Like I had a
And
great
the
time with that.
KKK Crusaders.
Yeah, that was hilarious. Too.
That made me.
As soon as they
that made
popped up with the clan hoods and crosses on, I was like, Jesus Christ, dude.
me- wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. All I could think of was Call of Duty World at War, Nazi zombies. I
Yeah,
know they
that's
weren't
all.
zombies, but
Every time
they
I
were
was like,
vampires.
I kept thinking Nazi zombie in my fucking head. I was like, they're not zombies, they're vampires.
Yeah.
And it
They're
reminded
ghouls.
Yeah.
and then it reminded me a lot of Blood Rain. If you guys ever played that.
Nope.
Mm.
You ever played Blood Rain? That was
I
like
don't think
that was
so.
like
The
super
PS2.
Yeah, the hot vampire chick,
Hmm.
and she was fighting Nazi zombies.
I didn't like vampires then.
Oh right, you're a little bitch boy.
Yeah. Did you try and censor yourself?
Yeah.
And then realize you don't have to censor
Because I was
yourself?
gonna say you're a little bitch, and I was like, it's a little harsh, and I was like, bitch boy. And I was like, all right. But then I wanted to switch it to bad boy because I thought bitch was too harsh, and I was like, I don't fuck.
You fucked up.
Yeah, I just stumbled.
Yes, I am a little
My-
bitch.
Yeah, my statement stands, but could have delivered
Yes.
it better.
Yes.
Yeah, no, the whole like the occult Nazi shit is always like really fun and really interesting to watch.
Yeah.
Like I enjoy seeing shit like that. Like I fucking love Blood Rain, which is the Nazi vampires. I love Hellsing for Nazi vampires.
Mm-hmm.
Like Wolfenstein was awesome for like the alternate history, super scientifically advanced Nazi shit. Like
Yeah.
Nazis are great.
Yeah.
Nazis are great for like if you want a shit like a purely evil antagonist that's really smart and like super cool with science shit.
Yeah. Nazis are your perfect
Yeah,
scapegoat for that.
like for the occult shit, for the
Mhm.
science shit, like Nazis are perfect if you want that.
So what you're saying are Nazis are perfect.
Don't take this out of context. I'm looking at you. Nazis are perfect. Nazis are perfect.
Are you saying that you sympathize with them?
No, I'll just edit it so it's just Jolie saying
Yes. His lips are like totally not.
Well, I literally said the things.
Oh yeah. Sweet. Nazis are bad people, guys.
Yes, I agree. That's not. Why am I even saying that? I know he's not.
I
gonna put that
agree.
in.
Nazis are perfect.
You have to say it like a question, and then he'll say, I agree. Put it all together.
There you go.
I fucking hate you guys. I forgot what I was gonna say about Nazis too. I was gonna say something.
No,
about
I just framing Nazis around being purely evil like super crazy science, super crazy occult because there's history behind that. Like there's actual like they were into some crazy wild shit when it came to trying to win the war.
Yeah, historically you can
trace
those
back.
things are true. Like
exactly.
they were scientifically so much more farther ahead than everyone, and they were historically very evil.
Yeah,
and historically would have done anything to win. So occult, all that other stuff. They're very easy to label as that very dark, intelligent, if that's even the best word to use. Antagonist.
Yeah. It's just like what science becomes with no morality.
Right.
That's exactly what the Nazis were doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they were doing.
Yeah. So like it's always really interesting to see that taken into fiction. You know, to like a story like this to where they set up, especially in current times like that. They were that dude was and their whole like vision, their Nazi vampire shit was like really great villains for this story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because it's like you can't like when you think of pure evil, it's like, oh yeah, Nazis,
right?
You know, like that's like no zero questions. That's like, oh yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah, it's super easy to get both you and the viewers on the same page for whatever it is you're about to throw.
Because like when you're anti-hero, your main character is a fucking vampire that slaughters human beings and eats them or whatever, and it's like you want to set up a villain for him. Fucking Nazis, dude, perfect. Because then we're like, yeah, I'm gonna side with the fucking like the hero vampire. Fuck Nazis.
Yeah. I'm gonna side with the guy that's actually really fucking scary because they're so much worse.
Yeah, he'll tear me to limbs and like eat my blood or whatever. But like Nazis suck.
Yeah. Nazis will teach me German, and I don't want that.
Exactly. No, that was it was really good. I like the whole reveal at the end, how the dude was like literally just a fucking machine.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm still more human than you monster. Well, dude, that wasn't his accent. I'm more humans than you. That's Swedish, whatever. I'm not good at accents, guys. But like how he ended up.
I wasn't sure if you were gonna try again or not.
I should have. But like that was a cool reveal towards the end because like even then I was wondering, I was like, how the fuck does he look the same as he did 50 years ago? I was like, what is he's not a vampire. He can't be a vampire. Like he'll use vampires, but then he's also like, I'm a human. So it's like, and like that but towards the end was also where you had to do those leaps. Like, wow, this guy plotted 50 years just to kill Alucard. It's like, Jesus, dude.
Yeah. So would you say that Integra had a big rage against the machine? Speaking of Integra, her name, like when it first popped up in the first episode, I was like, Integra, that's an Acura. And every time when I would hear her name, all I could picture in my head was a car. I just wanted to make that known that every time when her name was on the screen, I was like, fuck, I can't.
She's not a car. She's a character.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on Hellsing Ultimate, Dom?
It's very good, especially for like the animation quality for when it first came out, because like it took like a whole 6 years to get all 10 OVA episodes out.
Oh right, yeah, I forgot about that.
So like having it at that quality in 2006 and then keeping that consistent quality all the way through the entire series is very good.
Yeah. Definitely, I agree. It definitely looked good throughout the whole series.
Yeah, I stand by that.
And you also watched the original Hellsing anime, right?
Long time ago.
How do you feel about the two of them? Like,
I don't really remember the original one.
Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I watched the original one earlier this year. Because it was like, oh, we're doing Otaku time. I watched an anime before, and then I watched Hellsing. Apparently, I watched the wrong one. Or I guess the right one, because now this is all new to me.
That's true.
I definitely did like Hellsing Ultimate more than the first Hellsing. Like, I was reading shit online about how, like, I guess characters are more developed. Gonzo did the original Hellsing anime. Yeah. Yeah, I found that out looking it up. I was like,
That's
oh,
cool.
shit. I had no idea. But just the way... It definitely felt like a much better story with Hellsing Ultimate than the original Hellsing.
For our next episode, we are going to be watching
I'm terrified.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Oh. Yay! That's awesome! Sorry, guys. That's awesome!
My ears!
Okay, cool. I'm excited. I've heard good things about it.
Mm-hmm.
Tight.
Marley knows.
I know. I watched that one without Dom's
Wait,
permission.
so does this mean that we're going to be watching Hunter x Hunter at some point? We did Death Note,
Oh,
Jujutsu
you guys
Kaisen,
are
and
never
then
gonna
Hunter x Hunter's the other one from his voice acting.
Oh,
Yeah.
watch it. Yeah. Negative. There's
that's
a lot.
long.
That's a lot
Yeah.
of episodes.
It's like 150.
Oh yeah, no. Okay, so Jujutsu Kaisen. This is what you kept calling it, Jujutsu no Kaisen in the beginning.
I
was
said it
like,
wrong
no.
one time, and I was like, oh no. Now I know how to annoy Dom.
Yep. Yeah, right. You said it wrong once. Anyway, what's it on?
Crunchyroll and Funimation, I believe.
Okay, tight. I'm sick of Funimation right now.
Mm-hmm.
So Crunchyroll sounds like fun. Cool. 27 episodes.
26.
26.
Dumb bitch.
Right?
Don't listen.
Fucking off by one. Jesus Christ.
Bully Strolly month is still in effect.
Yeah, Bully Strolly month.
Yeah.
It's always a month, right, guys?
Exactly. It's every month.
Don't bitch.
It's okay. We're not Strolly.
Must be nice.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Fuck off.
But yeah, finally, dude, you'll finally get to see what Jujutsu Kaisen is.
Cool. Yeah.
You'll finally be hip and cool with the kids.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You watched Demon Slayer early this year, and I know you watched Jujutsu Kaisen, and now you can be able to talk about anime with other anime people.
Thanks, Marley. I'm really interested.
Better be. If you have anything bad to say about this anime, I'll kill you.
I'm gonna be super critical now.
I wish you
The
would.
one time I'm super critical.
I wish you would. Tell him, Dom.
All right, friends. That's all we got for today. Let us know what you thought of Hellsing Ultimate and the episode itself.
Yes, please.
Mm-hmm.
And don't forget to subscribe for more otaku goodness.
Yep. Don't forget to share.
And don't forget to like. Got it. You guys proud of me?
I'm so proud, bud.
Yeah, only seek approval.
Oh man.
All right, friends. Sayonara.
Bye.
Switchies.